Yo, what is up everyone? It's LC here with a brand new video. And today we are doing a tier list on the levels from Super Mario 64. Now, before I begin, I just want to say thank you, because the last video I did hit 1,000 views, which is a milestone that I've never reached before on this channel. And honestly, it was kind of surreal when I saw it, because I woke up a couple days ago and I was like, wow, my video is doing really good. And then later that day, I was on break from work and I was like, wow, my video really reached 1,000 views. That's kind of insane for me. And I know that's not like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but this is really good. So I really appreciate it. So thank you. And if you like this video later, subscribe, because we're trying to hit 300 by the end of this year, hopefully. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the video. So yeah, we're going to start with Bob-omb Battlefield. And as you know, this is the most popular level in the game, which doesn't really hurt its placement in any way. It's a fun level to replay. The Koopa the Quick Shine is fun, and you can keep playing the star mission to keep track and beat your record a lot. In fact, I've done that myself. I actually found myself playing the DS version a lot more. When I was a kid, I used to play the DS version a lot, and I didn't actually play the original game until much later in life. But yeah, the Koopa the Quick Shine, well, I guess star in this game, was one that I found myself coming back to a lot, because I could always kind of keep track of my time, because back when I was a kid I didn't really have a timer or a phone to keep track of everything. So yeah, it was pretty fun star. The King Bob-omb boss fight provides the first real challenge in the game, and it teaches you how to pick up enemies and throw them, which is something that you'll need to know later on in the game. But overall, Bob-omb Battlefield is a great level, a great starting level, and is one of the best ones in any Mario game. And in fact, I think it might be the best starter level in any Mario game. So with that being said, I gotta put it in S tier. Very good level. Alright, Whomp's Fortress. From the looks of it, it seems like it would be more linear than it is, but it still leaves room for a lot of mobility. Like when you look at it, it looks pretty linear. It looks like it's just like a trip up the mountain, just like Bob-omb Battlefield. However, no. There's other ways to go up the mountain as well, from the cannons, or you could go up, or you could do some strats and kind of parkour your way up. It's just really fun. The enemies, including the Piranha Plant and the Whomps, are a bit more difficult than the last level, providing for a more rewarding experience. And honestly, I kind of preferred this one to Bob-omb Battlefield, but I don't know if I like it as much. But still an S tier stage. However, yeah, the King Whomp boss fight isn't too challenging, but basically serves as a gateway to the other stars. So once you beat King Thwomp, you can go on and do the other stars, which I find kind of interesting, because when you beat King Whomp, it kind of creates this tower that leaves room for the other stars that you have to get. It has a good variety of stars, by the way, as well, like the cannon ones, like I said earlier. The fact that you can use the cannon for the first time. You could use them in the other ones, but I don't think you had the ability to use them yet. But yeah, you can do a lot with these cannon stars. So yeah, Whomp's Fortress, gotta go in S tier. Actually, overall, I'm gonna say it's better than Bob-omb Battlefield. It's like Bob-omb Battlefield, but more difficult, and really good overall. Jolly Roger Bay. I think it's one of the more enjoyable water levels. It has several acts, which make the level more eventful than the others. Especially with like the shipwreck and how the ship is floating in the first act, and then in as you beat the stars, it's underwater now, which I find that's something that I really like about a lot of these levels in this game, is that there's a lot of like changes in the environment as you beat the shines, which is something that I really appreciate in these levels, because it kind of creates a sense of time passing by, and your actions actually make a difference in the level. The eel is a nice touch and adds a particular tension that you don't really see in the other games, well, in the other levels, I mean, and it kind of adds this horror aspect that you don't see much apart from like Hazy Maze Cave or like Wet Dry World. The chest star is a nice addition as well, and I mentioned it in my deep dive video. It's the one where you have to open the chest in a specific order to get the shine. That's one that I remember vividly. Overall, this is a really good one, and the music as well is probably the best song in the game, so I gotta put it in S tier. Better than Bob-omb Battlefield? I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. Yes, it is. Alright, next up we have Cool Mountain. Kind of a contrast in comparison to levels like Bob-omb Battlefield and Whomp's Fortress, whereas instead of climbing the mountain, you're now going down the mountain. The penguin NPCs are funny and cute. I've always liked them. And I just like that the whole stage is pretty much like a slide. It's like a glorified slide level. I just really like it. It's really interesting. And the baby penguin star is a fun addition as well, where you have to kind of grab all the baby penguins and bring them to their mothers. And pray you don't fuck up. And fuck that baby. Fuck that baby penguin. He sucks dick. A tier. I don't think it's perfect. It's not a perfect one, because especially with the fact that it's kind of a slide level, it's kind of hard to get back up if you make a mistake. So it's like, if you make a mistake, you're kind of fucked. But other than that, it's a really good level. So A tier. Next up, we have Big Boo's Haunt. I kind of see this one as kind of a precursor to Luigi's Mansion, because it is a mansion stage. It is a mansion level. It's just got a little bit less depth than the entire map of Luigi's Mansion, which I think does it a lot better. Or, I mean, I guess you could also, like, compare it to Hotel Delfino from Mario Sunshine. But yeah, pretty solid. It serves its purpose pretty well, and makes for an unsettling and creepy level. Kind of similar to the creepiness that the eel gives off in Jolly Roger Bay. The Big Boo is one of the more unique bosses in the game. How it's kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a turning wheel, and you have to like beat the boss as you're going. It's really fun. I like that the way you enter the level is a little unorthodox too, with how you enter through the cage in the courtyard and all that. I just think it's, overall, it's a really interesting level, and I love it. So I gotta put it in A tier. I don't like it more than Cool Mountain, because I do find it a little hard to kind of find yourself around. You know, when you're new to the level, it's a little stressful, but once you get familiar with the level, it is pretty fun. Alright, so Hazy Maze Cave. I find this kind of one of the less enjoyable levels. I do appreciate its aesthetic and the feeling that it gives off. It's kind of creepy and kind of like a backrooms type feel. And I get it's supposed to be like a maze, but at least make it a little bit more fun and not tedious. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. Sorry, Hazy Maze Cave fans, but I don't really like this one that much. Though I do dig the aesthetic. Lethal Lava Land, my favorite level in the game. I like how there's a lot of room to long jump around. I like how everything is kind of on like one level, which is something that the other levels don't do. So it kind of adds for a more, I don't know, unique experience. I like it. You can really like move around the entire level and not feel like you've seen everything. Every star to collect serves as a good obstacle to get across. The bullies, the enemies, and some of the enemies in the level, known as the bullies, serve as a good diversion from the usual enemies you face. With these, you have to jump and kick into, or I guess, well, no, I don't think jumping on them would work. I think it's you have to jump and kick them in order to move them, and you can't like jumping on them like the other enemies doesn't work, and you have to actually like push them, or they'll push you. So I kind of find it interesting, and I really like these. I think they might be my favorite enemies in the game. The volcano star is probably my favorite, as you enter the volcano, and then it's like the ultimate parkour challenge, kind of like something like a death run off of Fortnite or something, or other games that you do death runs on, like Minecraft or whatever. And I love it. I love this one. It's going at the top of S tier. My favorite level. Shifting Sandland. As Mario tradition, you gotta have a sand desert type level. Though I think it's one of the more tedious levels, and it kind of suffers from lack of overall layout. Like, the outside of the pyramid is more enjoyable than the inside, as it kind of has a similar layout to Lethal Lava Land, except when you jump in Lethal Lava Land, when you jump on the lava, you have a chance to get back out. However, in this one, if you jump into the quicksand, you are fucked instantly, which I find it, like, I understand why that happens, because it's like a step up from Lethal Lava Land in difficulty, but and I appreciate it. I appreciate the difficulty. In fact, I'm going to say it's better than Hazy Maze Cave, so I'm going to say it's like a high C tier. But yeah, definitely the inside of the pyramid feels more like a labyrinth than it should be. But yeah. Dire Docks. I think this is the worst water level in comparison to like Wet Dry World and Jolly Roger Bay. But it still has its charm with the submarine and the interesting star choices. And I just found out that the name of the fish that you found in this level, the little fish that kind of swim around you in this level, they're called bubs. That is so cute. So instantly S tier. So this is S tier, man. Though not better than Jolly Roger Bay, so it's not the best one ever, but it's just because of the bubs. I gotta say it's S tier. Snowman's Land, the lesser inspired version of Cool Mountain. That's kind of how I perceive it. Though I do have some friends that do like it. In fact, I've seen other people play this level and, find more fun in it. But honestly, I'm genuinely convinced that they made this level to simply just add more levels to the game. Which, yeah, it kind of just feels like a throwaway level. And we see this in, like, 2 other ones here. Well, I guess 1 other one. Yeah, I don't really care too much about this level, to be honest. It's not very memorable and just overall just okay. Not bad, but just okay. I think I enjoy it more than Shifting Sandland and Wet Dry World, but I'm still going to put it in like high C. Well, not Wet Dry World, I mean Hazy Maze Cave. Okay, so Wet Dry World. I think it's one of the more infamous levels for a lot of reasons, but I think it's the best water level in the game. I think it's even better than Jolly Roger Bay. Despite its difficulty and despite some of the bullshit enemies that I've kind of learned to master. And I feel like you kind of have to be somewhat good at this game in order to really have fun with this level. Because a lot of people don't really like this level very much because they kind of see this level as kind of bullshit, difficulty-wise. But honestly, I find it interesting. And all of the conspiracy theories based around this level make it more intriguing to go through every time, and it kind of leaves my mind wondering. And the reason why is because there's a theory that kind of ties in with the whole what's it called? The personalization theory, which on the surface seems like a pretty stupid theory, and I don't believe it. I think it's bogus, but the concept is pretty interesting. And the theory about this level is that the level is like modeled after a brain, and how a lot of the like levers and shit and the way the level works is similar to a brain, which I find really interesting, with the whole like personalization and how the game changes as you play based on your decisions or whatever. I don't know, I just find it kind of interesting. And in the part in the level where you go down the tunnel and then you're in this like abandoned town, and the theory is that a flood happened and Bowser killed all the people in that town. I don't know. All the conspiracy theories based around this level make it a lot more interesting for me, and I love it. Every star seems like it was strategically placed and important, and just everything about this level interests me. I really like this one. I'm going to put it in S tier. Above Jolly Roger Bay, and I want to say it's also above Whomp's Fortress, though not better than Lethal Lava Land, because I think Lethal Lava Land is the funnest one here. Okay, so Tall Mountain. What can I say about Tall Mountain? I like the mushrooms. That's weird to say, but I like the way this one looks. Other than that, the secret slide in this level is cool, and I think it's more difficult and more interesting than the slide level, than Princess Peach's slide. But other than that, I don't really have much to say about this, so I'm gonna have to put this one in D tier. So sorry if I pissed off someone. Tiny Huge Island. This level feels more like a ROM hack than a official level, which kind of makes it a little bit more surreal. It's always kind of boggled my mind with how Mario switches between being small and being a giant throughout sections of this level. It's just kind of, it's very much like a mindfuck. Like, I think it's like similar to like how, I don't know, like in terms of like layout, like it looks similar to Whomp's Fortress, just more like weird, I guess. But yeah, the Tiny Huge Island is an interesting pick. I'm gonna have to put it in B tier. I find it more, yeah, other than like the visuals, I do kind of find it to be a little bit forgettable, but I do find it more interesting than like Snowman's Land, Shifting Sand Land, and Hazy Maze Cave. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Tick-Tock Clock. One of the more difficult levels, fitting because it's one of the final levels. The overall aesthetic is interesting and really adds to the mysterious liminal feeling the game gives off at times. It doesn't do too much, and it's still a fun level that adds a lot of challenge, and that is something that I like, coming from a fan of Sunshine. Little fun fact about this, the Mario Kart version of this level is really good too. So, if you're a Mario Kart fan, then you know what I'm talking about. I love this one. This is going in B tier. Not one of my favorites, but still fun, and I think it's better than Tiny Huge Island overall. Let's see. The last level in the game, main level, this is like not including the secret levels and stuff like that. And maybe we'll do another one for that, but yeah. Rainbow Ride. A fitting finale, though I find the waiting game this one gives a lot of time to be a little annoying. Because, like, a lot of the time you're just on this magic carpet and you're waiting for things to happen. That, along with the visuals of this level, kind of remind me of the Sandbird Shine from Sunshine. Just way better, way better. Like, I do like the Sandbird Shine. And that's kind of controversial because a lot of people hate that level. And the only thing you really have to do in that one is to just stand on the wing. Just stand on the edge of the wing and you'll be fine. So, any people struggling with sunshine, just stand on the edge of that wing, bro. That's all you need to do. But, yeah, back to Rainbow Ride. I love this one. It really feels like you've reached the breaking point of the game. The waiting game is a little weird, but other than that, still pretty solid. I don't think there's any level in this game that I could say is F tier. So, on the tier list that I show off right now, there is no F tier. There's no levels in F tier. I don't think there's a level in this game that is completely trash, but there are some that I don't really prefer. And as for Rainbow Ride, I'm gonna put this in B tier, in front of Tick-Tock Clock. This was a really good, really laid out, balanced video, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed as well, if you enjoyed as much as I did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content just like this. And if you're a fan of hip-hop or anything like that, then check out my stuff. Check out my stuff. I'll leave a link to my information and my socials down below. Just socials in general. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.